See why it was so important to have a counter spell on turn 2? And imagine not countering roots instantly. That actually means I will play this. Because now I can go for 3 steps ahead. If they have more roots, they will play it and scoop if we counter it. Like, that's my experience playing control. Alright, very nice. So we can go for this. And now we activated Verges, which is super good. Absolutely perfect card for a perfect control match. So I wonder what they... Okay. So basically we will try to counter every route they will play, because without it the deck is way slower and way less powerful. So then Deadly Cover-Up can work, Virtue, and when we either use counter spells or we like... Moment. What's the play? This is fine. If we use counter spells or we have 6 mana, we can stock up. So that's the game plan. And we actually have 5 mana for 3 steps ahead into the card, which is, you know, the dream. So let's see. Nope, we're not wasting it. We play the land. And I mean we chill. I think this was a bit of a bait. Because this is not very impactful. It helps to hit the land, but, you know, they usually can play the whole game out of like 2 or 3 lands. So not the biggest deal, but, you know, they are trying to bait a response. Because our mana is still a little bit wonky. Oh, they want to get back the roots with this counter? Nope. I actually want some expensive spells, because I want to get rid of those counter spells. Oh man, if we had this one turn earlier. Oh, that would be perfect. Okay, we chill. Now we can counter spell with card draw, which is super nice. Ooze. I mean, this can die. How many they have? They have 2 creatures. 3 creatures, actually. Okay, so we can... Well, we can. We can actually go for this. That means they won't have enough. We go for this one. And... I think for this one, because it's cheap and it has a lot of abilities. We also draw a card, which is really nice. This way they can get it to 3/3, which means this kills it. And then we don't need to counter it, which is super sweet. And of course we get new card and a new land. So man, I think we're doing it very nicely so far. If they try to exile a non-creature, it's even better. Yep, hit in the face. 1 creature, 0 creature. Alright, I think we are balancing quite nicely here, and we have a counter spell on each turn. So we probably go for this, we go Virtue into counter spell, and next turn we have 7 mana, which is super nice. Nope, very good survey. Now we can go for this. They don't have the answer, they cannot pump it, and they lose the ooze. And they also lose all the pressure with the damage, because they only are left with 1/1. And now they understood why we made this play. We predicted it. Here you go. It's dead. And see, that thanks to this you didn't need to use 3 steps ahead, which gives you a full next turn. Sure. This has like roots as the best hit. And if they miss, they basically wasted 2 mana. You know, so you just usually counter the card that they get from this. Alright. I really don't want to counter on this turn, because then we don't get the cards. But we'll see, we'll see. Glissa. We could Deadly Cover-Up, but then we cannot counter more. This forces a response. We could exile roots. I think this is the game plan. This will get a little bit messy, because we don't have a great follow-up. But for now it should be good enough. Let's go. We can also exile enough. Let's go for... Man, this is so good for this. So we sweep the board, we solve the problem, and we get rid of their main card that the whole deck is like completely built around. So that should be okay for us. Here you go. No roots. You don't need to search anymore. Did they really play triple roots in their roots deck? Alright, you can check the deck. Cardon. Cardon will be a problem. And they have some creatures, but that's it. So they can keep playing the game out of this. If they hit a land, they can 3-drop into Glissa, and then we can Syncopate it. We will probably stock up. And don't forget, we are a Mindsplice Apparatus deck. You wouldn't be able to tell, but we are. Let's see what they take. I mean, probably not roots. I think it's Glissa? Nope. I think we syncopated. Oh, they went for the ooze. They had 1 extra mana? Sure. We cannot counter this one. So it is what it is. We'll try to solve it later. They can pump it a little bit, so we probably will have to get another Deadly Cover-Up or Death Begets Life. That will be probably even better. So we surveil first. Bro, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. Can they shuffle? Not really. I could go Virtue and force them to exile a lot of creatures. This feels pretty good. This could be a nice bait. Because the next turn we sweep everything. It's 8 mana. We have 8 mana. Man, this is a bait. I'm going for it. They will probably spend a ton of mana trying to get rid of all the creatures, hit us super hard, and potentially set up some more... Did they just literally drew a perfect answer that just kills it? Alright, it's still a good bait, but I hope they will invest a little bit more. That's fine, that's fine. But that's 3 mana wasted. And hopefully they will play 1 more, so we can draw more cards. Man, this will be absolutely perfect. So they get 1 card with Overlord, but we also get 1 card by killing it. We need to, solve a little bit, because we will be in a nice spot, but then they might have a very strong follow-up, and we don't have answers. So we need to draw answers in those 4 next cards that we draw. 3 from Death, and I mean 1 is Death, basically. Alright, here we go. They didn't pump the damage, which is interesting. Alright, let's go. That man, we are planning like a champ here. Alright, well, now we can go with this. I want to remind you, we are a Mindsplice Apparatus deck. You would not know. Alright, and the second creature is the... Okay, perfect. They went with 1 creature. Absolute perfection. Which means that now we can go for the throat. It will happen. Don't you worry. Like, this will happen. And they have creatures, so they can activate the city anyway. We have a ton of mana, so our Syncopates will basically trade for card at some point. They can make like a 1/1, I believe. Yep. But don't you worry. They get rid of some creatures. So now they have only Ooze as the play and this 1 random card. Dredger's Insight. Live game doesn't really matter. They can take Soul Cardon, but we can just counter the Cardon, right? And if they play too much, maybe we can use Syncopate and just cheat, an easy counter spell. Alright, they're going for a 1-drop, so not the biggest deal. And now they're going for those, because this is the creature that can grow. And this is what we counter. We don't have too many next plays, but we'll get to them. I really want to get Mindsplice Apparatus and something that draws cards. Come on, not like this. We definitely need to draw a little bit better than this. This is okay, this is just 1 damage. At least for now. And don't forget they don't have... Bro, those draws are something else. Like 3 lands from the top is definitely not what we wanted. This is good. So stock up is in half wasted basically. So maybe you just take this damage and use Syncopate. Because with stock up you get 2 good cards. But why would you use it if you know that your next draw is like the best card you can get? So you don't need to get any selection. And this is 4 mana, so 5 mana, so we could counter it. That means they have no more plays. Let's go for it. 3. This can produce mana, don't forget. I might whiff on this. You know what? Let's just go to make sure that we play it right. Let's go for 9. Just to make sure it is getting countered. I would not do this. Bro, what's up with the manual? If I didn't know about those 2 cards, I would never make this play. But here we are guaranteed that they have no more plays after this card, so those are wasted, they can only swing and that's end the turn. We're at 13, so we have tons of time. They will make another Spirit. This might be something with this card, so let's go for stock up, and you will see how incredible this card is here. See? Suddenly, all the problems gone. And I just cannot resist Robbery, man. I just cannot. So of course we want to drop the Mindsplice Apparatus, then we want to counter something, get all the modes, get another Apparatus, and then steal their deck. And then play their deck against them. I hope they have some live game. I think they have, so we will live game with their deck probably. They play the land, I think they are not activating the city even. They really should. So now we drop, and finally we are playing the game we should be playing since the start. Look at this. Here's your roots deck. Oh, they have 4. Alright, perfect. I was sure, I felt like, alright, we are getting rid of 1 from the graveyard and 2 more in the library. Let's go for this one. Apparatus. Verge from the top, love it. I think we can take 2 more damage. I really want to hit a counter spell on something, but if we don't, we just play the robbery probably. A dance step and steal their whole deck. It's a little bit early for my taste, but you know, we can probably get like 13 cards or something. It's 2, 3, 6, 9, 11, 12 cards from the top. Yeah, I think we are going with it. Let's see if they play something. I actually will just tap fully. So this is 8, 13, 14 mana. Right? 8, 13, 14, and we pay 2 for the cost. That's still 12 cards. That should really help our game plan a little bit. Oh man, we actually won't hit dredgers inside because our deck doesn't have a but we can take the land. But the graveyard needs to be left with a creature or artifact, and we don't have those. So we will work a little bit differently here. We probably will drop the Overlord and just kill them like this. Oh, those are some... We stole all of the Cardons. I think they had 2. Oh boy, this is great. So, we'll go with the Overlord. Did I go for him? I thought it's opposite. For some reason I thought it's opposite. Alright, we'll just do it this way. We got the tutor, which is nice. We can start removing everything they have. We played this guy. And I think we go double Cardon, so this guy will grow to a best Mold Tender the world has ever seen, until they decide to remove it. And this is legendary actually. Oh, I can just go for this. Man, we have creatures. I just realized we are playing creatures, finally. Alright, this is a 3-3, so this will make a little bit harder for our opponent to start attacking. Of course, I wanted to play the Overlord and just start hitting them, but one way or the other, we are getting the win. Because we just have more of their own cards against them. So they will use those Go for their throats, and then one creature will stick, and then it will be hard for them to attack. Let's go. How do you exactly work? Alright, let's see how they attack. We have Go for the throats, and we can cast them very cheaply. Here you go, that's the first one. I don't think we even counter it. We just chill. We are at 8, so we have time. They need to waste 1 creature a turn, at least for now. Unless they use the second Go for the throat. And then we drop the rest of the creatures, right? We have still this. And the Brute. Only Brute, because this one is an enchantment. Anyway, this is fine. Let's see what they hit. Some really nice hits, but they're milling... Bro, they... What? They have no library? They milled everything already. Oh my god, they actually lost the game, because we stole so many cards that they have, what, 11 less cards in the library? And that's it? Like, they're losing on the next turn. Yep. And I think I will just, for the record, counter whatever they will play. Just, you know, show what's up. Sure. They can deal 4 damage with this, but no more. I think they will play the Overlord. Nope. Nope. And you know what? Let's go for the powerful nope. This one is way better. We copy the Mindsplice Apparatus, we get bigger discount on everything, and we can tutor the card on the next turn, so that should really help. They can swing for 4, we are fully tapped, so we take it, and from the next turn we will just, you know, like as you can see, they know they are losing, like there's nothing they can do here. Okay, that's nice. We probably need to draw the 4th land and then start attacking them. Dreams. Alright, sure. This is a nice Syncopate target, but our draw is really bad right now, and we have like literally one play. So normally if I had a good draw I would just counter it. But here we are kinda forced to just, you know, roll with whatever doesn't kill us. Fountain Port is definitely a problem. Alright, we are trying to recover. Painfully slow. Land from the top, it's kinda not the worst. I think I'll still take it. I'll take it. And we won't stock up because we will try to set up the apparatus. You know, all three of them. Because why not? So no point in countering this one. You want to start counter the first one because then they don't get the flashback. Here it's like more or less like one card. But now they might start doing stuff. I honestly was more scared they will go for the treasure of Fountain Port. Bro, they literally discard stuff. Let's go for this. This is good because now we can start playing a dance step and we'll check how many counter spells they have. This is a great survey. This is absolutely a dead card. Oh boy, this will be a battle. Well, or will it? Or will it? Do you think they have Ultima? I mean, if they do, we just main face another apparatus. I'm casting it right now. They tapped, they shouldn't. And they probably didn't prepare for this play. Right, there is a chance they might answer it, but I'm taking this risk. This deck specializes at killing creatures, enchantments and planeswalkers. But not really artifacts. They can Ultima basically. And I really hope they won't. Alright, and now we are starting to do stuff. Stock up is super incredibly important. I think I will drop the first one, and hopefully we can start fixing draws. I wonder if they... Okay, I'm super happy they didn't go for like no more lies. This we can draw later. Man, this is tempting. Did I play land for this turn? I think we didn't, so land would be really nice. Definitely we are taking this. But man, Robber is so good as well. Like, this is a super strong card. But we can use it later. I will be a little bit risky. Having a land is absolutely huge. It also sets up more apparatuses. Is that how you say it? We can cast them at dance step. It's probably not amazing for our opponent because then we get tons of discount. Alright, they're starting with the fish. I think we can handle it. Soon we will get everything discounted, and this will be a 1 mana hard counter spell, so this will be very handy later. Yeah, the Fish of Doom, as we know it. Let's see, alright, I will probably drop this. It's the end step, so Ultima cannot happen anymore, so having 2 artifacts shouldn't be a problem. That's fine, that's fine. 1 counter spell gone. And we can drop another one. We still get more and more discount, and this is not a good draw. I think we just stock up and try to hit something really cool. Alright, counter spell. We don't have Jace. I think we go for the land. We still want to develop, especially that we don't want to discard cards. So this could be an interesting one. When they tap, we could kill one of the fish. It's not great play, but it buys us a little bit of time. This, the fish will be a problem. It's called Fish of Doom for a reason. We could also drop another apparatus, but it's not amazing here. We can discount a lot. This stops them a little bit. Alright, because now they cannot sacrifice it in response. So I think they will just chill and keep making fish and force us to react to it, which is a good game plan. And we'll try. I would love to have some perma so I can target all those necropsies. But we have counter spells, and like the Fountain Port is like legit the only problem of this game. Alright, let's see. They have Jace. I will drop another one. We can protect probably this one for a very long time, so let's see if they want to waste more counter spells. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, I don't really need more. We are basically baiting counter spells at this point, because tapping 3 mana is a lot for us. Man, I wish we had this robbery, maybe I should take it. Alright, this is an interesting one, we will probably use it later. So we need to get into the big stuff. We used double stock up already. Man, I really should take the robbery. I thought that we will have a little bit less pressure with this Fountain Port, to be honest. We can cast this soon for 3 mana and draw some cards. That will be nice. So we can take damage for now. They will probably make another fish. Huh, they're starting to play stuff. I think this is a good counterspell target. How much? Okay, so we need to make some discounts. We have all the mana. So if I go for 3 modes, it's 8 mana, discounted to 5. 3, 5. So still gets hit. Do I want this apparatus? I actually think we just go for this. We'll start copying this later. Let's just counter spells and get some cards going. We have 1 mana Syncopate that basically counters for 3. But it will get better and better as the game goes on. Alright, we draw cards and we get rid of one of the problems. Virtue can be interesting, but nobody plays creatures here. Maybe they have Biza or something. I like this one. I think it will be 1 Necropsy. We'll keep 1 for like Jace or Elspeth, but for now I think this should be okay. They're down to 4 cards, so there is a chance we can just try to basically outvalue them before they recover. We have quite a lot of counter spells in this deck. Let's play a land. Do we already go for this? No, they will sacrifice. So we need 1 more turn. And we actually don't want to kill the fish. We want as many of them as possible. We draw cards for each one of them. And because they always sacrifice and create fish at the end step, there's always 1 more. So we probably get 3 cards here, or 2. I think that's fine. I will probably pass the turn. Oh boy, like we need to do some work. We probably need to hit the robbery. This is interesting, but I cannot hit anything important. Let's go for this and see the card draw. This also means that there won't be fish for a while, so we have way more time and we can kill the first one with Virtue. So basically this creates a soft pressure for us for a whole game, and we need to always like kinda buffer it so it doesn't kill us, doesn't deal too much damage, but we also don't fall too behind. So they get 1 card, we sweep the board and we get 2 cards, so that should really help us. So that's from the top. Alright, well this definitely did not help as much. Nothing to exile yet. We have good counter spells, so I'm pretty calm about this. I needed to go away for a moment and we are basically at full rope. I need to counter it. No! There's no priority, because I had... What is going on? Oh my god, the game couldn't handle it. So basically what happened is that I needed to wait for delivery, and it took so long that I needed to rope, and I didn't have priority to counter the spell. Our opponent used it and decided, well, if he cannot counter, I will get rid of his main card of the game. So that's an annoying one. So basically we need to start the game over a little bit from position we should not be in. So there are some, some events in this game. This is an adventure, and that's a negate. Unfortunately, we have to counter it using our super cool counter spell, and our opponent knows that we lost so many counters on this. But I still want you to see the game. So definitely, absolutely massive hit. We lost basically everything we built for the whole game, but there is a chance we can still, make it work. They will draw a card with the token. We will hit Elspeth, and now I'm kinda thinking if we do it main phase after we get the discount, this would generally be better. Not sure exactly. If we cast it now, it might get countered. And it's kinda important that we answer it, so I think we go for it. And if we can win after literally wasting our whole game plan, that would be nice. So, if I go for Virtue right now, they will... but there are no creatures in this game, so I don't think we need the backside. Right? So this forces extra mana from them. Because if they want to do it, they need to go to 3 mana. Also, the tap will show us... Ah, they didn't. They know it's a bait. Alright, I can respect that. Nope, not artifact, please. Planeswalker. Because that's probably the best target for us. Let's go for Death Begets Life. Yeah, it's 5 mana, let's go for it. It should be fine. What a rough situation to be in. No way. I was sure they will sacrifice. Okay. So we keep the counter spells. Don't forget we need to kinda get back into the game. We can probably draw some cards at some point. And oh my god, I would do everything to change my decision and take this robbery. Because I thought that we'll keep chaining value forever, basically. And we will get to the bottom of the library pretty quickly, but it actually isn't like this completely. Alright, let's take the hit. Yep. Honestly, if not Fountain Port, they would be completely out of this game. But with Fountain Port, we need to keep donating a little bit of cards every few turns to stop the pressure. So that's a huge problem for us. This is amazing draw. This draw is actually amazing. We can get the robbery. So we need to make sure that it goes through. They will tap what? This at the end step, which means they have 5 mana. So we could force it, but I don't think we actually want to. They still... Okay, so they will still go for the Fountain Port. That means only 2 mana. Because they don't expect us to play at our end step. And this is where we strike. Here you go. That's the moment. That is the moment. And now we can find some really cool cards. For example, literally the thing I put at the bottom of my library. And we don't have a great discount yet. So we could already steal most of their deck. But I don't think we need to. We cannot mill enough cards because we lost all of those counters. So we kinda need to, you know, reset a little bit and try to go for more control over this game. We have Deadly Cover-Up, which also might hit something nice like Elspeth, one of their win cons. And we should have enough counter spells to stop the, you know, the Jace Flute for a moment. We can even use Mystical Teachings to force potentially a counter spell battle. 2 damage is fine. Oh my god, they are tapping out. That's super good for us. That is amazing. I wish we had more discount. So I can counter it with 3 steps ahead and make the copy of this. I honestly think this is the best. This is 6 mana, discounted to 4. This is something they absolutely want to counter. This is massive play. Man, if we had the discount from the other Mindsplice Apparatus, this would cost like 2 mana for all the modes, including drawing cards. So that would be infinitely easier. So guys, if you try this deck, you will get easier time than I did with this rope thing. Alright, so we can now counter and go absolutely all in on the robbery. They know about it, that's interesting, they went for it. So I can go for what? It's 2 counters, right? So we pay 2, we counter this. That means we counter Elspeth. You can see that we are the ultimate control deck. Our opponent is trying, and it's not working. And now we can drop this one as well, and find something really, really, really cool. For example, 3 steps ahead to do it again. This is so perfect. And I wonder how hard we can hit right now. I want to hit really hard, man. So we have 4 mana discount. There is a chance they don't have too many counter spells and we can do it later. Probably they play 2 Elspeth. So how much can I go for? I'm considering that they might double Jace us in response, so that's why I'm hesitant. We can go 4, so 8, 9, 13 cards only. 13 cards. I mean, you know what? Let's go for 10 cards. We'll try to win from there. 10 cards should be enough. Because I still want to have some interaction. So we should steal some counter spells from them. For example, Negate and 3 steps ahead. See? Well guys, if you enjoy control decks, this probably was the video for you, so make sure to like and subscribe if you aren't, so we can make more of this, because this might be your last moment to enjoy Mindsplice Apparatus, as this will be rotating out. That's important, so I wanted to start with this one. And before we go further into the deck, our absolute legend for today is none other than Seth. My friend, really thank you for supporting the channel and always being absolute bro and, you know, just helping. And I know you like games longer than 4 turns, so I think this deck absolutely hit the spot. This one is for you. I hope you enjoyed those colors and type of gameplay, so really thank you for supporting on Patreon. And yeah, I actually splashed green literally for necropsies, because without this, like as a Dimir, you actually cannot answer enchantments and artifacts, and planeswalkers are also a little bit messy. So I just included the whole color for those few answers to specific decks like Omniscience with Cease and Desist, so we don't need to counter spells, and Necropsy that answers everything else. And that Begets life, probably not the most optimal choice, but card that absolutely can do crazy things, and we don't mind drawing a lot of cards because we want mill, because we always have the robbery. I didn't go for as huge robbers as I wanted, but I wanted to make a solid play that wins the game, because if you go for like 30 cards or something, there is a chance they counter it or duress it, so you sometimes need to hit where they are weak, where they let the guard down. So that's why we went like this and we won the game, so I'm pretty happy with it. Syncopate absolutely performing nicely with Apparatus. Usually the games are a little bit slower, so Mindsplice Apparatus got a little bit better trying to play, you know, this long game. And stock ups, one of the coolest additions, and mystical teachings as well. Like this gives you so many ways to either find robbery, counter spell, or just good art removal. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this type of gameplay. If you did, make sure to support it, because control needs more love in standard, definitely, especially in those colors. So I hope you enjoyed, and before we wrap up, huge thank you to all the patrons that allow us to make those cool decks for you, so we can enjoy, you know, fun, interesting standard, and the bans were just godsend. I'm so happy with the new format. So thank you for watching until the end, and see you guys tomorrow.